Emmaline Rabbit lived under a tree on the edge of the woods with her young family. Each day they would ramble and forage and play, never worried or scared, until one fateful day. To the woods that day came a pack of wild dogs. They were quite mean and pushy, and yes, they were hogs.
"This is our space,"
they would shout very loud.
"No rabbits here. No rabbits allowed."
Emmaline and her family were terribly scared, so they tried to find help, but nobody cared.
"Don't ask us for help. We don't want any trouble. You should just leave the woods. Get out, on the double."
So Emmaline gathered her children and said,
"It isn't safe here. We must go."
So they fled.
"But where will we go?"
asked her frightened son Jack.
"Where will we sleep? Can we ever come back?"
"We will find somewhere safe. We will find somewhere new. Somewhere with space for a rabbit or two. Where the creatures are friendly to strangers they meet, with lots of green grass and plenty to eat."
Day after day they wandered and roamed, hoping to find a new place to call home. The children were tired from walking all day. Emmaline needed a place they could stay. Then on the horizon a jungle appeared, with trees that reached up to the sky as they neared. They wondered what creatures would live in that place, and if they'd be happy to share all the space. They crept into the jungle and kept out of sight, and though they were tired, they did not sleep that night. They heard the trees creaking, they smelled unknown smells, and from somewhere nearby they heard spine-tingling yells. As morning approached, the rabbits soon saw they had never been anywhere like this before. The food tasted different, the plants looked all wrong. It was easy to feel that they didn't belong. Though the rabbits tried hard to make friendly advances, the jungle folk just gave them questioning glances. They never stopped by, they did not say hello. They would not stay and play, they did not want to know. One night, as the rabbits were eating their tea, they were suddenly joined by a large chimpanzee.
"Excuse me,"
he said.
"Hope I'm not in the way, but please understand we have something to say."
Creatures now gathered from every location to hear the old chimpanzee's bold proclamation.
"There's been a mistake,"
said the chimp loud and clear.
"A family of rabbits does not belong here. This is the jungle. It's no place for rabbits with rabbity ways and rabbity habits."
Emmaline stood with her eyes to the ground. She did not say a word. She did not make a sound. Then, out of the silence, there came a small voice.
"Why can't they stay here? They have no other choice."
Cuthbert the deer stepped out from the throng and continued his speech while the crowd listened on.
"I've been to their woods and I've seen those wild dogs. They're quite mean and pushy, and yes, they are hogs. They will not share the woods, though there's plenty to spare. All the creatures are frightened. The dogs do not care. I would not like to think they were at all like that pack, who just take all the time and never give back. There's plenty of room, and they've travelled so far, so I think that the rabbits should stay where they are."
And then all the animals nodded their heads.
"Cuthbert, you're right,"
the chimpanzees said.
"What were we thinking? Why all this fuss? The jungle will easily fit all of us."
The rabbits' long journey had come to an end, and the jungle folk soon became very good friends. Emmaline and her young had a place of their own. It was cosy and warm. It was safe. It was home.